Hello everybody, West Country Explorer here, and this is day 2 of my walk doing the Saxon Shore Way. It's bit of a damp night last night, so I'm glad I had my tent up, and I think it might be a bit of a damp day today. The sky's definitely overcast, so I don't think I'm going to be getting as favourable weather as I did yesterday. Not to worry, it is what it is. So yes, I'm gonna be seeing how far I get today. So I've got about 6 miles to get to Rochester, roughly. So I'll be getting to there sort of reasonably early on in the day, which is good. So I'll enjoy having a quick look around that. Anyway guys, come join me for day 2 of my walk. You can see the River Medway over there. Just about. Skies, like I said, skies a bit overcast, so not as promising a start as it was yesterday weather-wise. I mean, at least I had a good first day for the weather. It would have been horrible if the first day had been absolutely torrential rain and all that kind of stuff. According to the guidebook I'm following, this is a mineral railway line that runs between Higham and the Isle of Grain. Yeah, I'll take that this way. There's it on the other side. I don't know if it's just my perception being a bit off or what, or whether I'm just imagining things, but every time lately, in the last sort of 2-3 years or so, whenever I see electricity pylons like this, I stop and think to myself, I feel as though there doesn't seem to be as many electricity pylons nowadays as there used to be sort of 30-40 years ago when I was a child. I mean, maybe there is still just as many electricity pylons and I'm just not as aware of them as I used to be when I was younger. But I just keep getting this feeling there's not as many nowadays. Maybe they're all being replaced slowly but surely with underground cables nowadays. Right, that house behind me, at that point, you've got a choice of 2 different routes to follow for a couple of miles or so. One route is down on the shoreline of the River Medway, and the other one is sort of on higher ground. Now I'm taking the higher ground route because the reason I'm taking the higher ground route is because I don't know what the tide times are, and the shoreline route, it's impassable within an hour either side of high tide. So I don't know if it's possible or not at the moment. I could probably find out from good old Mr. Google and all the rest what tide times are and all the rest. Sorry, I've got to stop saying all the rest. It's a colloquialism I use quite a lot, probably too much. But anyway, I just thought I'd fancy taking the high ground a bit. So yes, there's, like I said, there's some stretches where you've got 2 routes that you can choose from, depending on how you're feeling and what the tide time is. Oh, brilliant. I've just finished doing the upper route, the higher ground section of the walk. And as I was walking along the upper route, I remembered that the last time I did the Saxon Shore Way, I did actually walk along the lower route, the coastline route. So I've done both routes now. So yeah, I'm glad I decided to do the upper route. That's a pub with a little bit of character to it. Not a massive amount, but it looks a lot nicer than some of these modern city pubs that are just so bland. Now this street here is called the High Street. Oh, bloody typical car coming as I'm recording. Ah, look at that lovely building there. You can see the sea down ahead. Like I said, a very short high street. Very nice. Finally getting into Rochester now. Took me a little bit longer to get into here than I thought it would. I do have a tendency to overestimate how quickly I can get to places. Quite a nice little high street. $11 o'clock. I'll have a look around Rochester Cathedral. Last time I was here, it was earlier on in the year, around about the Easter time, and this tree was in bloom then. It's quite a lovely little town, is Rochester. Very quaint. Got to come up here to the north floor to get in. It was quite nice looking around the cathedral again. Down in the crypt there's now a cafe area, and there's also a little sort of museum-y type bit in the crypt that's got some old books and that in there. Now someone's shouting like Gandalf to me. But anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so down in the crypt there's this little museum type area. It's got old books in it, some like really old books, so like sort of the 13th, 14th century type books done by monks. So that's worth a little look see. As I was coming into town, into Rochester, a guy on a bike stopped and got chatting to me, telling me about how at the friends meeting place they do sort of free food on a Saturday from 2 o'clock onwards. Now, I'm not gonna be in here still at 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna miss out on that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go find the spoons and get lunch. So that's what I'm doing now. No. Quite a nice shot of the Medway there. Rochester just back over that way. Chatham's over in that direction I'm making my way to. And here I have a bit of artwork. Well, is it artwork? Something. And it got trolleyed. It got trolleyed on a Friday night. I don't know if that trolley was put there last night, but last night was Friday, so makes a good joke. Dad joke. Part of the pedestrianised high street in Gillingham, Kent. There's no way you could get Gillingham, Kent confused with Gillingham, Dorset. The two are very, very different. Gillingham Strand. Got to remember to call it Gillingham, not Gillingham. That little island thing just out there is named Horrid Hill. And the reason it's called that is because of the conditions that French prisoners endured aboard Hulk's mould there during the Napoleonic Wars. Because the conditions on the hulks were not too pleasant. It's connected to the mainland by a causeway that once carried a small railway to cement works on the island. So there you go guys, a little bit of history for you. Oh, that's the end of day 2, guys. I'm not too far away from Lower Halstow. I'm probably about 15-20 minute walk away from there, just in some little woods. Weather's not too favourable, but I've had worse trips. Definitely had worse trips. Back in 2016, I spent 2 months on a solo cycle tour around Britain, mainly England, a bit of Scotland, during June and July. And that was one of the wettest Junes on record. So like I said, I've had worse weather than what I've had today. Well, most of the day ain't been too bad, overcast, sort of a bit moist in the air. But the drizzle's only just sort of started to come in. You can probably hear it on my tent, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. But I can hear a cuckoo. First cuckoo I've heard this year. So that's nice. Absolutely lovely. So anyway, guys, I'm going to turn in for the night. Write up today's diary. Do a bit of reading and all the rest. Oh, tonight's drink of choice. Got a couple of bottles of Hogarden. So, and oh, I was getting low. I always carry a 3 litre bottle of water with me. I always try and keep it topped up with me. I forgot to top it up at Rochester, and it was getting a bit low. And I was getting to the stage. Ooh, just saw a little critter go by. Looked like a little. Not sure what it is. Is it a mouse? No, not a mouse. Well, not sure what it is. Skirting away. Anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, my water was getting a bit low. Got to stop it up in Rochester. Silly me. And sort of this afternoon, with a lot of where I've been walking, I haven't had hardly any opportunity to top up. And I got to this one place. Oh, what was it called? Little village, Upcastle, I think it was. Something like that. Anyway, I got into the village, went to the church, looked around to see if the church had an outside tap. No, didn't have an outside tap. And as I was walking on, I spotted there's a co-op there. So I dove into the co-op, got some bits and pieces in there, and that, some like hot cross buns and jam donuts and that. And as I was paying for me stuff at the till, I said to the guy, asked the guy if he knew offhand if there's any outside taps anywhere. He said, no, I don't know offhand, no, but I'll top your water bottle up for you if you want. And he kindly did that for me, so Brucey bonus. All worked out good in the end. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bring this video to an end. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video. And in the meantime, stay safe, take care, God bless.